Allegra. Girl, we are here. We have a podcast now.
Yes.
What are we doing? What is this podcast called? How the heck did we even get here?
I got you. I didn't like how you said my name, Allegra.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You had a little bit too much in there. But milk, eggs, and a whole lot of tea.
Yes.
And this podcast is about, we are two work best friends who are going to talk about work-life balance, mental health, relationships, reality TV.
We're diving in deep to sex. I mean, we're diving into deep topics, right?
I'm kind of scared about the sex topic, though.
Me too, but I'm also very excited as well. Because, I mean, y'all, this is going to be amazing this season. There's a lot of topics that we're going to talk about, even today. So today we're talking about what? Relationships? Specifically,
Definitely
what in relationships?
So how Brandon and I know each other is we met at work. And I think work-bestie relationships are so important, especially when we're talking about relationships in 2024. Like, we're going to dive into work relationships. And work relations is so important because of what, Brandon? Explain. How do we meet? Why are work?
Okay, so how do we meet? World, this is how we met.
Yes.
So Postmates, it is a company like Uber Eats. If no one's ever heard of it, most people have. But we started at Postmates together. We were both on the training team. Actually, we were designing instructional material for all those call center employees, which was awesome. But we did that and we just became close, and, just seeing what Allegra does, she kind of, bounced ideas off of me. We kind of started in that realm. And then after that, we dove in, and then, yeah. Yeah.
And I like the topic of work relationships because corporate America is already hard.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes with that work-based relationship, you're kind of like, this shit don't make any sense. And
it don't make no sense.
That I don't make any sense.
No sense, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And that's how kind of we got started. That's how we're here is, we were work besties. We worked well together. We worked great together. But then also too, we both parted ways to go to different companies, which kind of gave us our little pause a little bit, but it was more of a quick pause, I would say, like real quick, real fast. And it was something that we were able to rekindle. Actually, Allegra, I think I give you all props for it because you're the ones who reached out to me a lot of the time and was like, hey, let's do Lachlan Table, or let's, go out to a restaurant here or there. And from that, I think you legit told me, you were like, I see myself being a Wendy Williams or a Whoopi one day, and I want to be on a podcast or, be that. And that's kind of where we're at right now.
Yeah. I love Wendy Williams. I love Oprah.
I do. Oh my
And
God,
that is like on my vision board.
Oh,
but like choosing you as this person, because like we are work besties, but like transition out of like relationships. So it's interesting because a lot of people, it's kind of hard to like transition from work relationship to outside of relationship. So we're good at it because I guess we're honest with each other.
Yeah, I would say honest. I would say open. I mean, shit, we like the same foods, like the same drinks.
Like to eat,
we love to eat, love to go to on, wherever. Just we love all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I think surviving corporate America.
Baby, say it again.
Surviving.
Say it again.
You got to survive.
Yes,
but
you do.
It helps with the work bestie.
It
does.
I think
those are so essential. So like, I don't know, whatever job you're going into, find you a person that you're able to like chill with, talk to. I don't know, like.
I agree. Somebody you mesh well with, somebody, you don't necessarily have to come from the same background. I mean, I'm from Texas. You're from Arkansas.
Hey, I don't need to know that.
I mean, right. But hey, I mean, two different backgrounds. Like, but we ended up, what's crazy is years later and all that stuff. I mean, we're here together. And I mean, now you're working for a completely different company doing amazing things. And
thank you.
You're welcome. And I feel the same. I feel very blessed and highly favored.
When you do it.
Yeah. You sure will.
Let's start with the basics.
Girl, you talking about the milk and eggs.
The milk. Yes. The milk and eggs. So a little bit about me.
Yeah.
My name is Allegra.
Absolutely.
Military brat. I think as a military brat, it's like you kind of get used to like meeting new people. Grew up in Arkansas, proud HBCU alumni.
Woo woo.
Yes, proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority.
Oh, that's a mouthful.
That is a mouthful. And I'm so thankful to be a part of that. That sisterhood. Yeah, what about you?
So I'm from Texas. And lived in San Antonio, outside of San Antonio for a long, long time. Parents still live out there. But in 2015, actually, December of 2015, I moved to Nashville. So it's been a little minute now. But I moved here because one, I was just tired of Texas. And two, I just wanted something different. I wanted to be, I wanted to explore life and just get out of that tiny little town. So, got here for a job at Logan's Roadhouse, the steaks and the rolls.
They are good.
I
got some good steaks.
And let me tell you, I wrote about that for like a year and a half, designing training for them. So it was amazing. So it was my first job when I got here, and here we are now. And Allegra, I know we met at Postmates, but remind the people, how did you get to Nashville?
Yes. So I was a flight attendant. So I did like commercial flight attendant.
Was it like on Delta or American?
No.
Or
so
Spirit?
I was... Spirit was
Girl, you on Breezeways, huh?
First of all, Spirit was not around. I don't think Spirit was around back in the 1970s.
1970s?
No, I am lying. I am not that old.
I was going to say.
So I was a flight attendant. And then my contract ended. And then my sister she went to Fisk University, graduated from there. And I was like, dang, what am I going to do? So came to Nashville. My first job was at a foster care agency as a trainer, getting like all the parents in to care for kids. And then, I worked, and then brought me right to you at Postmates.
Come out with it. I love it. Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you. So let's talk about a little bit about like how we came up with the name of Milk, Eggs, and a Whole Lotta Tea.
A Whole Lotta Tea.
A Whole Lotta Tea.
Okay, so wait, remind me, what was the first name that we were kind of toying between?
It was a list. It was like Brew It Up.
Brew It Up. It was
and
something
then It's My Turn, or Got the Tea.
Yeah, yes. It's okay.
Very random names.
We knew something about brewing tea and something we needed. And I think just one day, I think we were on a call actually, and I was like, Allegra, we just need to do milk, eggs, and a whole lot of tea.
Main ingredients you have in your house.
And the main ingredients you have in your house. And that's like kind of where it stemmed from. It was like, you have your milk, you have your eggs, things that pretty much everybody cooks with or makes something with, right?
Absolutely.
And then so you have your basics, which we are like... our basic, or not our basic podcast. I don't want to say this is basic, but I want to say our podcast, and we have our topics, we have our things, but then you add that little element of that
extra spice, or a little extra
tea or something where you just need something to just oomph it up a little bit or something.
Yeah, and I want to go culturally, like sometimes people gather in their kitchens, or like friends over, you're in your kitchens, and you are usually spilling something,
almost every love
something in the cup, and then call it a day.
100%. No one's gonna say no to food.
Right.
I mean, if it's nasty, but I mean, normally.
Because you don't cook everyone's, you don't eat everyone's food. That's it. Like,
right. But I love that, like that culture element that we had. Just, I mean, because we want to be inclusive. We want to have everybody watching it, because no matter how old you are, how young you are, everybody's got some tea.
They do.
Right.
Some good tea.
A little bit tea.
I think that's fun.
Yeah.
So, I'm nosy.
You're nosy.
I got my little cords.
Okay, what do you have for me? What are you doing?
I went and found some hot topics that we have to talk about.
Oh, God.
This is all dealing with like work and like relationships, right? All right. So is having a work husband/wife disrespectful to your partner?
Is having a work husband/wife disrespectful to your
partner? Yeah, to your relationship.
I don't think so.
You don't?
No, I don't. Because I feel like...
Brandon, what? Like, if I'm
say it again.
Having a work husband disrespectful to your partner.
Oh, disrespect. You said disrespect? Did I miss that word?
Maybe so, boo.
Y'all roll the tape again, because I don't know.
I said disrespectful.
Oh, you did? Oh, yes. If your work husband or work wife is disrespectful to your partner?
Like, it's just having one in general.
Oh, having one in general?
Yes.
I mean, no. See, I kind of think of that as like a bestie, like a work bestie. Like, boo, I can call you my work wife. Like, if we... Okay, well then I guess with you, no. Okay.
No.
But no. Okay, well then no. But like, I mean, well, okay, so yes, then yes. If it is
really
in that, it would be disrespectful, I guess. But in the sense of where I'm looking for like a work bestie, I don't think it's, if you're not doing stuff that's inappropriate with that work husband or wife.
Inappropriate.
Let's just say talking the talk. You know the talk you got to talk when you trying to get with somebody.
Like, trying to see what they feeling like.
And then the eyes, the googly eyes, the things like that. Like, yeah, I mean, there's obviously a line and a boundary you have to keep. But I mean, if we're work besties and things like that in that relationship, I don't think that's disrespectful. But a wife and a husband?
Yeah. So when
what do you
think it's hella disrespectful because I'm single, by the way.
She's single America.
I am single. And it's Allegra _G on Instagram. I have to shoot my shot sometimes. All right. So, but in real life, so if I had my potential man, right? And he comes home and says, oh, I have this new work wife named Susan. I mean, like, who the hell is Susan?
I mean, okay.
And I'm about to see Susan at the Christmas party, and I'm about to eye her like, so what you been talking to my man about? And I don't want to get jealous, so I think it's hella disrespectful.
Susan, I'm gonna choke you out a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
That may show that I'm trying not to be jealous. That may be jealousy.
Could be. That's also another episode we're gonna get into later about relationships, but could be jealous.
Okay, so this is what it said.
Well, let me take a sip of my tea.
Seat. Okay, so it says. This is, I'm nosy, so I had to do with my internet snooping. So they said, we don't use these terms in my home country, but now I moved to another country that people do and use them at work. I just feel like it's not cool to insert these kind of terms to a workplace, but I was wondering, maybe I'm not familiar. I think he's right. It's not, we're in agreement. You can't use work wife, work husband.
God, okay, you can't. So then I guess, no, you can't.
No.
So work bestie is what we're getting at.
Work bestie is like the best term to use.
So work bestie.
Work bestie.
When in doubt, bestie is the word.
Bestie.
Okay, but what if, as a gay man, can I have a work wife?
Now I think that's fine because there's no interest there. Like you don't want what they want and vice versa.
But as a straight female in the workplace, right? Or a straight male, does that work on that end?
In my view, no. Like I'm not going to work say, oh, I have a work husband because it's creepy to me.
I mean, I get it, especially if you have a man at home,
right?
Which you don't. But if you did,
like that.
You just gave your IG handle out.
Damn, but you don't.
But no, that's okay. You can. Okay, so then on that note, I think as a LGBTQ plus member of society, it is okay, I think, because it's just that interchangeably, it's hey, it's my boo. Yeah. I mean, we say things all the time like that, right? Like it's my boo, it's my wife, it's my sugar daddy. I mean, you never know. But I agree. Can we cut that? Or we can do whatever you think is good. Whatever you think is good. Okay, continue. Next thing. Come on.
Oh gosh, sugar daddy. Okay. Another question for you, right? How to tell a coworker I don't want to be friends?
That's deep.
That is deep.
Well, it depends on what happened, but
yeah. Okay, so. As the title says, I have a coworker who has joined a company not long ago. Our current team understood that we work together, get along fine, that's it. We don't text or hang out on weekends, and this is just how everyone has liked things. We're cool with each other, but we have to see each other every weekday, even more than our family, so prefer to spend time outside of work, not with coworkers. But here's the thing, going back to like work besties, we spend majority of times at work, and sometimes work can be foolery.
100%.
So having that good person's good. But if they don't want to be friends with you. So this new guy doesn't see that. He wants to hang out all the time. Also, in work, he's constantly chatting. I don't mind the friendly convo on lunch or in the morning, but talking throughout the whole day, I can't get anything done. Last week, I literally hid from him during my work. So he hid from him. How do I tell him I'm just not into having work friends outside of work?
Go to HR. Tell you being stalked. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
Anyone else in this situation? Have you ever been in a situation like that you you ain't really feeling this person, but they want to hang out with you after work?
Oh, yeah. I can't say all the time because I don't work with people now. But when I did work in the environment of the workplace, oh yeah, there's some people where you look and you're like, okay, you'd be better suited as either a stakeholder or somebody who can give me advice rather than let's be besties outside of that.
Yeah, I agree. But going back into like, why are you hiding? So I'm thinking like, where are you hiding at? In the parking lot? Like
in the utility closet?
Right? Like you just need to get away.
Are you going to get some Post-it notes while you're in there?
And don't disturb me on my lunch.
Don't do that.
My lunch is like my me time.
That or when you first walk into the office. You can't. When you first walk into the office, say hi, but don't get into a deep conversation about that mess because you just woke up.
Right.
Been up for an hour, let's just say. You barely had your cup of coffee. You know, all that mess. And I see a lot of things that in our past, people would do that. So yeah, I would consider them as a...
Yeah, I feel you. I think if I had someone that I worked with and I didn't want to hang out with outside of work, I think I'm a recovering people pleaser. So I think one time I can be like, okay, we can go hang out. But then I'm going to be like judging you. Like, are you the type that returns your food? Or you're the type to be like... I don't like 20%. This. Right. I'm going to be judgy. So it just depends. And then, thank you. Mm-hmm. And I think it goes from like, do they understand boundaries?
100%. You have to understand boundaries. 100%. Because you're right. Because in that situation, if you don't, if I say in our example, say you were that person that I was like, okay, right in the doing a little too much. Did I specifically tell you my work boundary, or did I tell you, hey, let's keep it right here? Like, hey, I only need you for X, Y, and Z, or not? Because if I did, and you're still coming at me, then we have a problem. But if I told you my boundaries and we're good, and you're respecting them, then hey, there we go. That's that work. That workship or work bestie friendship that I can have in work, but not outside of work. Right. And
I think that's okay. Because sometimes you can't take your work bestie outside of your...
Think about your bosses. Think about you don't want to be besties with them. Because listen, corporate America, you could be replaced tomorrow. It's your number.
Well, I'll take it. If you and your boss are cool, but you can't be like really, really like... Yeah. Like we can tee, but I'm not going to tell you like
that's true.
True. Like you get like, and plus at work we have like different facades. You have like, oh, I'm at work, and then like I'm off of work. You be like, damn, I made it through a day.
Yeah. You.
So if I don't want to hang out with you at work, I don't think it's personal. I just think it's like we need our breather.
100%. Okay, I agree.
But we made it.
What's the next question?
That was it. That was my 2 questions, and you nailed them. You was like pow, pow, pow. So, moral of the story: you can be work besties.
You can be work besties.
It probably takes a trial run to take it outside of like the work bestie.
So, then I have a question for you. Then.
I have an answer.
Okay. Yes. So, what is to our people out there? What is 2 bits of advice that you would give someone coming into the workplace and trying to, let's just say, find that work bestie? What are your 2 pieces of advice you would give somebody?
For sure. Great question. Be patient. Because you can't come in and be like, oh, I want to kick it with those people. No, like be patient and like you will find your people. And I think the next option is like allow them to be their authentic selves. Like if they're having a moment, let them have, like I probably cried in a bathroom stall at work. Oh, I probably have multiple times. For sure. And so like, let me have my moment. Don't judge, but also I think I have another one. Be patient, be authentic. And I think my last advice is help when needed.
Oh, I like that one.
Thank
Help
you.
when needed. And
I've been working since I was 10. So been working since I was 10 years. My mama probably don't believe it, but I've been working all my life.
Mama, if you out there looking at this, she's been working since she's been 10.
I need a break. So
she needs a break.
Surviving corporate America, I survived with work besties.
No.
I have. And I'm so thankful because like my work besties actually turned into real friends.
Exactly. You and I are a prime example, boo. Prime example. I love it.
Thank you.
Of course.
We did it.
Okay.